Hey guys, Romie here. So please like, comment, subscribe. This is The Real Housewives of Atlanta. My review for it. Season 9, Episode 14. Loose lips sink ships. And the phrase for the word lips could be interchangeable in this episode. Because it's all about sex. So if you don't want to watch the episode, if you already watched the episode, you know that. So I'm letting you know right now. I'm not going to be graphic. That's not what I do. But I will discuss everything that happened in the episode. It starts off, so please like, comment, subscribe. I should have already said that. Kandi decides that she's going to take Hazel and they're going to bounce. They're going to take a separate car back home. Why? Because she wasn't feeling how it was the lesbianism, is what I'll phrase it as, came out last night. And the fact that Porsha just kind of like, I don't know. And the fact that Phaedra didn't say anything at all, which Kandi does acknowledge a little bit later, like, Phaedra, I don't know what's going on with you over there, because you were very quiet, you were getting very nice, and nice is a phrase for drunk and or high, but in this case it was drunk, and not saying a word, so we know you had some type of involvement. She told Cynthia so that Cynthia could let everyone else know. Everyone's leaving, they're getting back on the bus, and they do bring up the fact that, it was interesting how Porsha didn't bring it up or didn't say anything. I'm glad that Sheree, she didn't say it on the bus. I'm thinking, wow, all the times for Sheree to be messy, she's finally holding her tongue. And it's for Phaedra in this case, because Phaedra isn't being forthcoming with it. Because Phaedra's just like, I was surprised. I'm thinking, wow, this came out of nowhere. Portia's trying to insinuate that we had a meeting together and something came out regarding Kandi. I'm thinking, okay, now Phaedra, cut it. You need to cut it. Because this is where I draw the line. You can't go and say your best friend's best friend was going sleeping around with your ex-best friend. Come on now. And then leave your best friend out to dry. That's some fakeness. That is truly at the core fakeness. So when Porsha comes onto the bus, Kenya brought it up. So it's like, okay, so Porsha, about last night, about you forgetting about what you said. Porsha said, I know I talked about something about closets with Sheree. I just didn't remember that it was Kandi, because it was like, that's not really a big deal. That's not that much of a big deal. And I'm thinking, okay, so, Porsha, now let's stop it. You just didn't feel like you didn't care about what you said. So when it was brought back up, you're like, why was that being brought back up? You could have just been honest from the get-go. Cynthia, she's back at home. Now, I'm sorry, but that driver needs to be fired. How's the driver going to tell you, I don't feel comfortable going down this hill? Actually, that's valid. Cynthia has a lake house, so maybe that's valid. But it's like, I don't feel comfortable going down that hill. Production was able to get down that hill. Everyone else that needed to get down that hill. Your daughter was able to get down that hill safely. The driver didn't feel comfortable going down that hill. So he had you take your bags and go back to your own. No tip. No tip. Cynthia is filling in Noelle and also her assistant on what happened on the trip. The trip was great, but things took a turn when Porsha started to talk, not Porsha, but Sheree brought up the fact that Porsha brought up a rumor insinuating that Kandi was a lesbian and how Porsha backpedaled. Now Cynthia said, I've dibbled, she's dibbled and dabbled and dibbled and dabbled and dibbled and dabbled. She just hasn't gone all the way. I'm thinking, oh my, poor Noelle. Do you know how mortifying it is for your parents or parents to be talking about sex in front of you? Especially when it's not like she's talking about a sexual encounter she had with the guy. Noelle could be like, okay, it's still weird, but tell me more. No, this is a sexual encounter that she's had with a woman. And Noelle's just like, oh my God, Vicky, because that was the assistant. Vicky, save me. This is too much over here. Yo, no. But again, shout out to the ladies, because everyone, for right now, is being pretty honest and forthcoming with what was going on in their own personal situations. They're like, nope, I didn't see that's that big of a deal, so I'm just going to go and let it be known. That's how you do it. When you do that, no one has power over you. No one. Kandi, she gets to the candy factory. Todd definitely looks like he's been putting in the work. Todd gives her the update that we need the restaurant to be open within a month, but I'm not going to go and tell her that. I'm just going to tell her that the concrete was laid down. Carmen's saying that everything seems to be on schedule, even though I know we're behind schedule. So we're going to move forward. Kandi lets it be known that the trip was going okay. It was going okay until people wanted to insinuate that I was a lesbian, that I was a secret lesbian. Everyone had this look of, what? Hmm? I'm thinking, Kandi, look at how they really acted. Carmen's reaction was, oh, what? Like, they actually said that in public? Kandi, what did you do? Did you do something there? That was, to me, that's how I interpreted Carmen's reaction, because Carmen didn't seem like she was really surprised. Don Juan seemed like, I'm not surprised that they said that. Do I think that she is? Absolutely not. But I'm not surprised that they insinuated that. Kandi goes on to say, you know what? And Porsha, of all people, was the one who insinuated it and, made it seem like, oh, well, what happened? Oh, if anyone needs to go and just tell their truth and tell the truth, just do it right now. And it was Porsha who insinuated that portion, even though when we're going to get to the fact that Phaedra said, if we have to wait until the reunion for this information to come out, then that reunion is going to be lit. That's all I know. That's all I know. But Kandi's just saying how it's interesting because Porsha was the one that came on to me and Todd. We were in the club and she was coming on to me and Todd and she kissed me. And I think Porsha also kissed Todd too, if I'm not mistaken. If that's how the other part of the rumor was. And she was just saying how Porsha was aggressive. Porsha has definitely had a lot of sexual encounters with women. It can't be a secret. It just can't be. And along with it can't being a secret, she also said that she wanted to get out of here and essentially eat Kandi out until she orgasmed. I said, oh. So, what? Everyone had that look of, oh. Ty had that look of, oh, okay. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Why can't you invite Cynthia to do a vaginal rejuvenation? See, that's my thing. I'm thinking, now Kenya, how do you invite your friend to go and do it? Shouldn't you be doing it? Needs to slick. It's like, well, some fine tuning might need to be adjusted. Cynthia said, I've never had that issue. Kenya said, why would anyone tell you that? Mallory, of course, is there as well. Cynthia goes and does it. The thing looks like a wand. It looks like a wand. No, not. It looks like a sex toy, actually. It looks like a sex toy. And I'm like, so we're about to see this on TV. I was like, what is going on here? Is this really happening? Is this really happening? Cynthia said, oh, it got a little hot in there. Oh, I got nervous. I'm nervous. Phaedra, she goes to her lawyer, and her lawyer lets it be known. The divorce is finally done. Phaedra had this look up. What? Wait, so it's that? What? So you tell me it's really done? Why? But why? So now Phaedra has to go and either get someone else to tell Apollo that the divorce is finalized, or she has to do it herself, because the court legally doesn't have to do it. And I'm thinking, Phaedra is probably going to happily be like, it's a weird divorce. It was oh so sad. It's better for her to do it anyway, because Apollo's probably going to be hurt if it comes from anyone else, which is dumb because Apollo doesn't even want to be married to Phaedra. He has a girlfriend. Like, what? Like, we know Phaedra had someone else on the side as well. I don't know if that's the case now, but at least she did at one point. Whether it was a serious relationship or not. So that's not the issue here. It's just Phaedra just wanted a strong family environment, but look, she's creating one, because what she had, that wasn't stable. So that was going to fizzle out. Kandi brings Riley to the studio, and she's like, singing is in Riley's blood, and I wrote this song for Riley because I've been listening to everything that Riley has said in regards to her father, and so now this all culminated into a song. She's going to go in that booth and she's going to tell her truth. I'm thinking, so is this all for Riley, or is this also therapeutic for yourself? Because I feel like Kandi's so hurt by the fact that her daughter is hurt, so she's like, look, I need to do this for you so that even though on camera it'll look like one way, I know you'll appreciate it. And that's how I had to take it because can't Riley went in that studio and I'm thinking this song isn't bad. It really isn't. The beat isn't bad as well. It's very current. The production did a good job. Thinking Kandi. Now Kandi, you could have actually sold this song to a rapper. No lie. This could have easily gone to a rapper because you know all of them have singing anyway nowadays. Not all, but most. So this song could have gone to a rapper, could have gone to an aspiring R&B singer. I'm thinking, Kandi, you need to go and make a copy of this and send it to someone else. Why? Because it's beautiful that she did this for Riley, but Riley wasn't into it at that moment. I'm sure we're going to see her later on and she's going to probably feel more comfortable, but I was thinking to myself, now this isn't reading off right on camera. And I know it's mainly because Riley isn't into it. She's not into this at all. She believes all the words that she's saying, but she's not into this at all. So let's just cut it. It's amazing though what happens after you come out of the studio, because Riley was definitely doing like, because I heard the song last night. So I was like, wait a minute, no, wait a minute, no, what's going on? Shout out to Ashley Miller because I follow her on Twitter, and that's where I heard the audio for the song. I said, what is it? Look, it's not that Riley sounded bad. She sounds so uninterested, so not into it that it came off flat. It was like, do I really have to be here? Anyway, we're moving on. And Phaedra comes over to Porsha's house. Porsha buys this $1.4 million home. It is huge. It is huge. It feels like a black college dorm, a black college building. I'm thinking, wow, Porsha, shout out to Porsha. I mean, because a lot of people didn't even think that she'd be able to get to this point. So shout out to Porsha. All respect to Porsha. Porsha got her housewarming gift, which was some brown liquor. And Rachel was already so comfortable in the house, just wanted to sit down. Porsha's like, wait a minute, I have to show you the house. You haven't actually come here. Yeah, at least that's the story we're trying to pitch to everyone. I mean, Porsha, her bedroom is a wing. It is a wing. Her bathroom is another wing. She has, it looks like a spa slash a sauna slash shower, huge tub, huge bathroom area. I mean, now this was the season of the houses, and even though what do you call it, Kenya's is pretty much finished, I like Porsha and Cynthia's house is the best. I do. I really do. And then Chateau Sheree, because Chateau Sheree is huge, and I'm sure Chateau Sheree will go back up there once we see it completely finished. But I'm like, this is how you do it. This is how you stunt on people. This is how you know, show them that all your hard work paid off. You go and you make that money and you put it and invest it into a house. They have a house. These women have beautiful big houses. That means that tax write-off could be nice. But so shout out to Porsha for that. Phaedra wants to let me know, look, I went and told Apollo that the divorce is finalized. Oh, so how do you feel about it? I just want to raise strong black men. Apollo was already in another relationship. I've been doing something on the side myself. So it worked out better. It worked out better for this, for all of us anyway. He can't be that bad. He wasn't really that mad. He's clearly already over it. Look, he's not that mad because of the setup that's coming up next. Now you have to remember, Apollo's girlfriend is going to be coming on the show. And be ready for that. The season's not over yet. Trust and believe, the season is not over yet. Now, she also is interesting because she also says, well, he knows how Kandi reacted and responded, and Kandi definitely wasn't feeling what you were saying. I'm thinking, wow, Porsha is still a good friend. She hasn't brought up the fact that Phaedra said anything. Said, you know, Porsha, I have to give you some credit. I really do, because Phaedra left you out to dry, and you didn't throw her out there with you. You did not drag her out there with you, but they also discussed the whole Kandi and the possible lesbian relationship that she's previously had. Along with that, her sexual encounters, and Phaedra made a joke of, Lord, I better not give you too much to drink because I don't want you to be all over me like that. Now Cynthia has a meeting with Sheree because Cynthia wants to invite Cairo to this fashion show. Sheree wants to know where the duck is. Where's the money? Are they getting paid? Cynthia said no, they're getting, a cargo backpack. A backpack. What am I supposed to do with the backpack? I can't sell the backpack. It's really not going to be worth much right now, Cynthia, because you're not some designer extraordinaire. Like, dang. But Sheree has to realize that industry-wise, this is what happens with the industry. You normally have to do a lot of free stuff in order to get where you need to get. Especially in something like modeling. You need to put your face out there so that people can kind of see you and interest can be garnered. Now, shout out to Cairo because I think Cairo was doing something for Fashion Week or was walking someone's show on Fashion Week. So shout out to him for that. Shout out to Sheree for being a great momager. Clearly, maybe this is what she was really meant to do. Maybe. So shout out to Sheree. Shout out to Cairo. But Sheree, you need to go and take all the advice you can get from Cynthia because this could be a cold world. It doesn't matter how your son looks or if your daughter wanted to model or if you wanted to model. It's not easy. If you don't have the right people behind you or a solid foundation, you can be gone like that. You can be taken advantage of like that. So I would definitely, just hold off a little bit. Now, I love when Porsha went and had a meeting with Todd. And her Todd went and got her this nice necklace. I'm thinking, okay, it's cute, but did you get a new job? He's like, no, I'm having fun. I'm doing me right now. She said, here's the issue. I know it came off a certain way the last time, but I wasn't in the mindset of having a family. You came into my life and said, no, you deserve a family. So then I started to, change things around because I'm like, that actually makes sense. I know what's wrong with me before. And when you did that, I was expecting certain things from you so that the whole family aspect could come to pass. What ended up happening is you went off and you told me, okay, you lost your job / quit because you wanted to be with me. Cool. What was your next plan? Nothing. What? How am I supposed to build a relationship and a family with someone who goes and does something like that? And, to me, that's scary. Because that's saying you care more about in the moment than setting up a solid foundation for a family. I'm thinking he must have investments / saved his money because he definitely isn't acting like, Lord, I need to go and get a job tomorrow. And he has 2 kids. And we don't hear anything at all from the mother of his 2 kids. So he has to be responsible on that front. But I do see where she's going because she just got this house. And it's just like, okay, what about the other responsibilities? Can you handle an extra child, an extra this, an extra that, with you not working? So I completely get where Porsha was coming from, and I respect the fact that they had to sit down and actually talk. Now, part 2 of Porsha is Porsha with Kandi, or should I say Porsha versus Kandi. Look, I'm not going to do this in the order that it happened. I'm going to do it in the order of how I remember it. Porsha and Kandi, they go in. Kandi's trying to figure out, Porsha, why are you going and insinuating saying certain things? Porsha let me know, look, I didn't see that as that big of a deal, so I said it. I said it, clearly I didn't care enough about it to remember it. So it's like, now we're just starting rumors to start rumors. No, I'm not starting rumors. I know that you have a 7-year relationship with so-and-so. Excuse me? Yeah, a 7 years lesbian relationship with so-and-so. So you're the one who was in the club that was trying to hit on me and Todd and I, and not only that, you said that you wanted to eat me out until I orgasm. What? And you're trying to insinuate, oh, that I'm a lesbian. She was like, look, she's done stuff with women. I can say I've stuff with women. I've done stuff with women. And I have no problem sharing that. Have no problems. You clearly have done as much or more than myself. Porsha was just like, oh, yeah, I'm thinking, wait a minute, Porsha. Now, Porsha, you really gonna go and act coy on us? Out of all the things that you've said on the show, this is the moment where you act coy? You already partially admitted it, so just admit the whole truth. How do you admit part of the truth and not the whole truth with something like this? Something like this where we already know. And that's funny because people have been saying for years that Kandi was a lesbian. Do I think Kandi's a lesbian? No. Do I think Kandi, just like Porsha, enjoys lesbian acts? Absolutely. Do I think that she enjoys it more than her husband, or being with men? No. Do I think sometimes just as? Yeah. And Kandi even acknowledges the fact that she had, it was one time her and Todd brought someone in to the bedroom with them. And I'm thinking, oh my God, so all the rumors are coming true. But Kandi was saying, what we don't have is a sex dungeon. I'm thinking, wait a minute. So Kandi, you own a sex toy company line, a sex toy company. You have multiple lines from that company. How do you tell me that you don't have an area in your own house where you have a bunch of stuff and you and Todd play around with them and have fun? We're not saying a sex dungeon in the sense where you bring in all these people and all of you are just swinging and doing all of these sexual acts with each other and swapping out and rotating. That's not what we're saying. But what Porsha said, look, I don't know what type of story you're trying to spin on here, but here's how this goes. I also know that Todd, what's his name, Marvin, when he goes down to New York, he goes and entertains himself with some other women. He entertains himself with some other woman. He has another woman. I'll go and get you that number. I'll get you the number for the woman that you had the 7-year relationship with. And Porsha's saying that the streets have been talking. I'm thinking, Lord, if it's the same streets that Mama Joyce gets her information from, then you know the streets are phony. You know the streets will say anything in order to get a rise, in order to get some attention. Mind you, because they're getting loud, and the subject matter that they're referring to, there's this white woman in the background. It's just like, oh, is this really happening? It's funny because in the mirror, in the reflection of the glass from the window, you see that people are watching them like, what is this really going? This is amazing. This is great TV. I need to sit here and just and I think it's interesting how Porsha all of a sudden she had memory loss. Oh, whoa, I did it. I don't know what you're talking. I have no idea. Everything that you're saying is not based in facts. The fact is, you have a sex dungeon, you had a 7-year relationship with a woman, you bring multiple people into your relationship. Kandi said, no, I did one. I'm thinking, if you can do one, you can do another. Why not? Like, was the experience so horrible? You were like, no, I don't want to go into it. That's the funny thing, because before, everyone's just like, no, don't really do this. Don't really do that. Now, season 9, when everything can be proven, yep, I did X, Y, Z, E, T, B. But Kandi decides she wants to go and leave. Porsha feels like she's vindicated because she got everything off of her mind. Kandi's saying, you know what, you're fake and phony. Porsha's saying you're fake and phony. Porsha's saying, why would I even say that I want to have sex with you? Why would I want to eat, what was it, like some short little person out or something like that? That's you. I'm thinking, wait a minute now. So are we really going to pretend like that this didn't happen? Porsha, you were drunk. You said some things. You were all up on Kandi. You're not saying that part didn't happen, but you're saying when you went, like, oh, I wanted. I can see you saying that whether you mean it or not. I can see you saying that. So why can't you? It's just like, oh, because you don't like her right now. So, and the fact that she put it out there instead of you being able to jump in front of the story, that's what you don't like. Next week is going to be a fool and a half. This week was good though. This week was good because I felt like we were finally getting somewhere with the truth. We need to keep going. We need to keep going though. So please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. Whew, let me know what you think, guys. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that Kandi was saying how Block, Porsha was telling me all the details about her own sexual relationship with Block. I'm thinking, why would Porsha go and tell you the sexual details that she had with your baby daddy? Like, what the? I can see Porsha doing that, but that's just, why would you do that? And then to make matters worse, Kandi was saying how Porsha was a little thought pocket. She was going sleeping around with the other rappers, and that's how she eventually got to Block. I'm like, all right, ladies, simmer down, calm down, calm down. Please like, comment, subscribe.